there was a meeting. Now, how do I know this? Because I have, I think, the best contacts in the country politically. You all know that I wrote a book on Donald Trump. You all know that I know everyone, that I've interviewed 5 presidents. Now, I am using anonymous sources here because if I did tell you who is giving me information, they might be killed. That's why I'm protecting them. So this is what I said on the Sean Hannity radio program yesterday.
So as soon as this Capitol thing happened, there was a meeting on K Street in Washington, D.C. among the ardent Democrats, and they decided to pin the insurrection on President Trump. The same way they pinned all the COVID deaths on him. It was a quick meeting on the phone, conference call, and it was decided that the news cycle would be President Trump incited the violence. The next day, the New York Times had that on its front page. President incites. You remember that? Mm-hmm. This is all a design. It is all calculated.
Now, we posted the entire interview with Sean Hannity on BillO'Reilly.com, and it is there for you to hear. Let's take a look at that New York Times headline. So this came right out of the phone call among the Democrats in D.C. This is how it goes. So they decide what the theme is, what they want to accomplish, and then their allies in the media get a phone call. All right? They don't like to do texts and emails because those can be made public. And they say, you know, this is what we really think is going on. And then bang, you see it in the New York Times, the Washington Post. As soon as you see it there, then it goes to the network news and the cable news, because they take, the liberal press, take their lead from the New York Times and Washington Post. So that's the pipeline. All right? So once it was established that Trump was the instigator, he incited the violence against the Congress people, then it was easy to impeach, because who jumped on the bandwagon? Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker of the House. Now, I'll get to her in a moment. Okay, so the goal of all this, as I said, is to destroy Donald Trump. So impeachment passes yesterday in the House, but now it has to go to the Senate. Now, as we reported, Mitch McConnell seems to be playing a game. He's the Senate Majority Leader. Nothing can happen without his okay until next Wednesday, when Biden is sworn in. So McConnell basically says, I'm not going to put it up for a trial vote until impeachment day or even beyond. So you're not going to get a vote because the Senate's not in session. I'm not calling them back. So everything stops, all right? So we asked a couple of people, very smart people, can you impeach a president after he's out of office? Remember, Donald Trump leaves next Wednesday. So J. Michael Luttig, who is a former judge on the U.S. Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals in Washington, he wrote an opinion piece in the Washington Post, said, no, all right, you cannot impeach a president who has left office. But Lawrence Tribe, a Trump hater, law professor at Harvard, he says, yes, you can. So you're going to have on both sides, no, you can't, yes, you can. What happens is if Chuck Schumer, the new Senate Majority Leader, next Thursday comes in and says, oh, we're going to have a trial, immediately that'll be litigated. So immediately the Trump people will file suit to block it. Some Republican senators may do the same thing. They'll block it. It'll go into the court system. It'll wind its way up to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court, in my opinion, would rule, no, you can't impeach a president once he's left office. That's what I think is going to play out. Now, there could be all kinds of ins and outs. I'm not predicting, but I'm giving you a roadmap of what's possible. Well, Joe Biden is going to be president, and we may be in for some economic uncertainty. That's why now more than ever, I recommend you diversify with gold and silver. The only company I recommend is American Hartford Gold. So please call them right now and tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you, and they will give you up to $1,500 of free silver on your first order. Now, since I've been recommending American Hartford Gold, gold itself up over 40%, silver up over 60%. So don't wait. Call 866-501-5201. That's 866-501-5201, or text BILL to 65532.